Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today is a very special episode because we are going to cover something that every English learner needs to understand to feel truly confident in speaking and writing.
Yes, and this is the big one. Today we are going through all 12 tenses in English. Now, before anyone feels nervous, we want to promise you something. We are going to keep every single tense simple, short, and clear.
No heavy grammar books, no confusing charts. Just plain, everyday English explanations with real examples that you can start using today.
We are going to go through all 12 tenses one by one. For each one, we will tell you what it means, when you use it, how to form it, and we will give you a real example. Then, at the end, we'll do a practice round together.
And by the end of this episode, you will have a clear picture of how all 12 tenses connect and how they fit into real English communication. So, let us get started.
The 12 tenses are divided into 3 time groups: present, past, and future, and each group has 4 tenses: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. So the same 4 patterns repeat across all 3 times.
That is so helpful to know. Once you understand the 4 patterns in one time group, the same logic applies to the other 2 groups as well.
Exactly. So let us go through them one by one, starting with the present tenses.
Tense number 1, simple present. This is the most basic tense. You use it for habits, routines, facts, and things that are generally true, things that happen regularly or are always true.
I eat breakfast every morning. The sun rises in the east. She works at a hospital. These are all habits, routines, or facts. Simple present is the right tense for all of them.
The structure is simple. For I, you, we, they, just use the base form of the verb. I eat. They work. For he, she, it, add s or es to the verb. She eats. He works. It rains.
Common mistake with simple present. Learners often forget to add s for he, she, it. She, eat is wrong. She, eats is correct. That small s matters a lot.
Tense number 2. Present continuous. This is for actions happening right now, at this moment, or currently in progress in your life these days.
I am studying English right now. She is working on a big project this week. They are living in a new city these days. The action is in progress at this current time.
Structure is am, is, or are, plus the verb with ing. I am eating. He is sleeping. We are learning.
Common mistake. People say, I am go to the market. Wrong. Always add ing to the verb. I am going to the market is correct.
Tense number 3. Present perfect. This one connects the past to the present. You use it when something happened in the past, but it has a result or connection to right now, or when you're talking about life experience without saying exactly when.
I have visited Paris. That means at some point in my life, I went to Paris. I'm not saying when, just that the experience exists in my life. I has already finished her homework. The finishing happened in the past, but the result, finished homework, is relevant now.
Structure is have or has plus the past participle. I have eaten. She has gone. They have finished.
Common mistake, mixing present perfect with simple past. I have gone there yesterday is wrong, because yesterday is a finished specific time. You should say, I went there yesterday. Use present perfect only when there is no specific finished time or when the result connects to now.
Tense number 4. Present perfect continuous. This shows an action that started in the past and is still continuing right now. You want to show how long it has been going on before something else happened.
She had been crying for an hour when I found her. The crying was ongoing for an hour before I found her. He had been working there for 5 years before he resigned.
Structure is had been plus the verb with ing. I had been working. He had been sleeping.
Common mistake. Forgetting the been. Had working is wrong. Had been working is correct. The been is not optional.
Now we move to the future tenses. Tense number 11, simple future. This is the most basic way to talk about the future. It's used for decisions made at the moment of speaking, predictions, and simple future plans.
I will call you tonight. She will probably arrive late. They will help us move the furniture. These are future plans, predictions, or instant decisions.
Structure is will plus the base form of the verb. I will go. She will eat. They will come. Will never changes. It's the same for every person.
Common mistake, adding s to the verb after will. She will goes is wrong. She will go is correct. After will, the verb is always the base form. No changes at all.
Tense number 11. Future continuous. This is for actions that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. At that future moment, the action will be ongoing.
At 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I will be sleeping. That means when 8 o'clock tomorrow arrives, the sleeping will be in progress. This time next week, she will be traveling to London.
Structure is will be plus the verb with ing. I will be working. She will be eating. They will be traveling.
Common mistake, using simple future when the action will clearly be in progress. I will sleep at 8 tomorrow is not wrong, but if you want to show the action will be ongoing at that moment, will be sleeping is more precise and natural.
Tense number 12. Future perfect. This is used when an action will be completed before a specific point in the future. By a certain time, the action will already be done.
By Friday, I will have finished all my work. When Friday arrives, the work will already be complete. By the time you get home, she will have cooked a dinner.
Structure is will have plus the past participle. I will have eaten. She will have left. They will have finished.
The signal words for this tense are by the time, and before. When you see those words connected to a future time, future perfect is usually the right choice.
Common mistake. Saying by Friday I will finish instead of by Friday I will have finished. The will have shows the action will be completed before that future point. Will finish alone does not carry that meaning as clearly.
Tense number 12, future perfect continuous. This is the most advanced tense. You use it to show how long an action will have been going on by a specific future point in time.
By next year, I will have been studying English for 5 years. That means when next year arrives, 5 years of studying will have passed. The focus is on the duration of the action leading up to that future point.
Structure is will have been plus the verb with ing. I will have been working. She will have been living there.
Common mistake. This tense is rarely needed in everyday conversation. Many learners try to use it too much. Use it only when you specifically want to highlight how long something will have been going on by a future time. In daily speech, simple future or future perfect is usually enough.
Now, let us step back and look at how all 12 tenses connect. We have 3 time groups: present, past, and future. And inside each group, we have 4 types: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous.
Simple tenses are for general facts, habits, completed actions, and basic future plans. Continuous tenses are for actions in progress at a specific moment. Perfect tenses are for actions completed before another point in time. And perfect continuous tenses are for showing how long an action has been in progress leading up to a point.
Once you understand those 4 types, the same way of thinking applies to present, past, and future. It's not 12 separate things to memorize. It's 3 groups with the same 4 patterns repeating.
Now let's do a practice round together. I'll give a situation and you choose the right tense and make the sentence.
Ready, let's go.
Every day you wake up at 6 in the morning. Tell me that fact.
Simple present. I wake up at 6 every morning. It's a daily habit or routine.
Right now, at this moment, you are in the middle of reading a book.
Present continuous. I am reading a book right now.
At some point in your life, you visited New York. You're not saying when, just that it happened.
Present perfect. I have visited New York. Life experience without a specific time.
You started learning guitar 3 months ago, and you're still learning now.
Present perfect continuous. I have been learning guitar for 3 months. Started in the past and still continuing now.
Last night, you had dinner at 7, and then your friend called you. Tell me about what you were doing when the call came.
Past continuous. I was having dinner when my friend called. The dinner was in progress when the call happened.
Yesterday, you went to the market. Tell me that simple finished fact.
Simple past. I went to the market yesterday. Finished action at a specific past time.
You arrived at the cinema, but the film had started 10 minutes before you got there. Which tense for the film starting?
Past perfect. The film had already started when I arrived. The film starting happened first, so past perfect is correct.
By next month, you plan to finish reading the whole book. How do you say that?
Perfect future. By next month, I will have finished reading the book. The finishing will be done before next month arrives.
And for a simple plan tonight, you plan to call your mother.
Simple future. I will call my mother tonight. Simple future plan.
Excellent. That covered 10 of the 12 tenses naturally in practice. Listeners, go back and try each one yourself before listening to the answers.
And the best way to practice all 12 tenses is to use your own daily life. Think about your habits for simple present. Think about what you're doing right now for present continuous. Think about your life experiences for present perfect, and so on for each tense.
Your own life gives you infinite examples. You never run out of material to practice with.
I also want to say something very important to anyone who feels overwhelmed right now. You do not need to master all 12 tenses at the same time. Start with the 4 most common ones in daily conversation.
Which 4 would you say are the most important for beginners?
Simple present for habits and facts. Simple past for finished events. Present continuous for what's happening now. And simple future for plans and predictions. Master those 4 first, and you can handle the majority of everyday English conversations.
Then add the others gradually. Present perfect next, then past continuous, then the rest. Build your tense knowledge layer by layer.
That's how real language learning works. Not everything at once, but steady, consistent building over time.
And every mistake you make with tenses is a learning opportunity. When you say something and someone looks confused or gently corrects you, that's your brain getting a lesson it will remember.
Do not be afraid of mistakes. Be afraid of not trying. Trying with mistakes is 100 times better than staying silent and perfect.
Let's close with a final summary. The 12 tenses fall into 3 time groups: present, past, and future, each with 4 types.
The 4 types are simple for general facts and completed actions, continuous for ongoing actions at a specific moment, perfect for actions completed before another point in time, and perfect continuous for showing the duration of an action leading up to a point.
For present, simple present uses base verb or verb plus s. Present continuous uses am, is, are plus ing. Present perfect uses have or has plus past participle. Present perfect continuous uses have been or has been plus ing.
For past, simple past uses the past form of the verb. Past continuous uses was or were plus ing. Past perfect uses had plus past participle. Past perfect continuous uses had been plus ing.
For future, simple future uses will plus base verb. Future continuous uses will be plus ing. Future perfect uses will have plus past participle. Future perfect continuous uses will have been plus ing.
The most common mistakes across all tenses are forgetting the ing in continuous tenses, forgetting the have or had in perfect tenses, using wrong verb forms after will and would, and mixing simple past with present perfect.
And the golden tip. Think about the time and the type. When did it happen? Is it simple, ongoing, completed before a point, or ongoing up to a point? Those 2 questions will guide you to the right tense almost every time.
You have just gone through all 12 tenses in one sitting. That's an incredible amount of learning, and you should feel really proud of yourself for making it to the end.
This episode is one you can come back to again and again. Bookmark it, share it, and use it as a reference whenever you feel unsure about a tense.
Keep practicing every single day, and remember that tenses are not your enemy. They're tools that help you communicate exactly when things happen, and you're learning to use those tools well.
We'll see you next time. Keep going and take care of yourselves.
See you in the next episode, everyone.